Hello, music lovers and conversationalists. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to another episode of Friday Firsts. And I'm really excited to share with you an album that is from one of my top two favorite bands of all time. And for this particular Friday First episodes, I'm channeling my inner Steve. And no, it's not me. It's the Steve that we all know and love over at All the World's a Stage. And I threw on a t-shirt representing The Who today because we will be talking about The Who's debut album. I have a copy here in really good shape. I was not even looking for this when I was at the record store a few months back, and I saw it sitting up on the display wall, and I knew I had to have it. And it's just in excellent condition all around. It sounds great. It's clean. And also, I have a copy of the Half Speed Master. This one also sounds great, and I'm very happy to have two different versions of the Who's debut album. I'll show the back here. And yeah, the I can't say enough good things about this this copy here. One of the original cover and everything. It's got a little ring wear there, but other than that, it sounds fantastic. A little bit about the album. It was released in the UK in December of '65. And then in April of '66 in the U.S. So what I thought I would do is, for the competing albums that were released, I thought I'd throw in a few from '65 and '66. And first, with '65, we had the release of John Coltrane's A Love Supreme, which came out in January of '65. Then we had the Beatles releasing Help in August, and Rubber Soul, and I believe it was December of '65. And I think there was one more of the Beatles, but I can't remember off the top of my head. And then with the Rolling Stones, they have released the Rolling Stones Now, and that was released in February of '65 in the US, and then July of '65 in the UK. And anytime I hear the Rolling Stones Now, I feel like I should be all I think of is that scene in Seinfeld when they open the top of the muffin to you, and Elaine gets mad and says it's not top of the muffin to you, or something like that. I can't remember exactly the phrasing, but that's what I think of. Should I exaggerate on the Rolling Stones Now or whatever? But I digress, and I just thought I'd throw that out there. It just makes me laugh. And the last album from '65 that I picked for albums that were in competition with the Who's debut album was the Yardbirds and their album Having a Rave Up, which was released in November of '65. So right out of the gate, the Who definitely had some competition to hold their own against from the previous releases in '65. And then it didn't get any easier for them in '66 when their album was officially released in the States. And starting in March, you had the Young Rascals with their debut release with the Young Rascals. And then the Paul Butterfield Band, blues band, released East West in July of '66, followed by the Jefferson Airplane with the Jefferson Airplane Takes Off, which was released in the middle of August of '66. And then Buffalo Springfield's debut album, Buffalo Springfield, was released in December of '66. So some fairly decent competition from both sides of the pond, if you want to say, and I really think the Who held their own on this one. It's not obviously songs that we know and come to know and love from the Who, but definitely an R&B influence of an album. There's really not a bad song on here. Some are not ones that I am eager to hear when it comes on, but overall it's a strong showing from the Who, and you definitely hear early elements of what's to come from, say, Pete and Keith and all four of them. It's just really an unpolished version, if you will, of the Who in terms of their songwriting and their singing and playing and whatnot. The album was produced by Shel Talmy, who also worked with the Kinks and Dave Davies for solo work, David Bowie, and a couple of artists that I've never heard of, and maybe some of you can shed some light in the comments section on them. One is the Easy Beats from, I believe, Australia. I didn't really recognize the name, or nothing about them really stood out as someone who I could say, oh yeah, I remember them now, or it just didn't ring a bell of any kind. So, and the other band that he worked with was one called The Creation, and again, if anyone knows anything about those two bands, I'm gonna do some more homework on them and see what they're all about, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were more like one-hit wonder type deals. But anyways, some of the runners up here that were kind of leaning towards being favorites but just didn't have what it took are Out in the Street. This is the opening track on the album. I think this one is a very it's a decent song for an opening track. I feel like it has a hint of Hound Dog Taylor type blues with its distorted opening chords and whatnot. Just a real solid effort by the band on this one. To me, I hear Quentin Tarantino in this, and what do I mean by that? I feel like this would be a great song, an opening song for a Quentin Tarantino movie. It's just got that spaghetti western feel to it, that distorted sound that I actually like a lot, and I just hear a Tarantino soundtrack written all over this when I listen to this song. The next song that didn't make the cut for the top 3 favorites is the classic James Brown tune, Please, Please, Please. And this one here shows Roger really doing a great job in his impersonation of the Godfather of Soul, the Godfather of Funk, and that he really channels his inner James Brown, if you will. And it's just a great tune, and they were really giving it their all on this one, and it's definitely one that I've grown to like a lot over the years, but the original is still the best, and I think that goes without saying. But and the last one for the runners-up is one that I think is definitely leaning more pop than R&B, and it, to me, it definitely has a Dylan type feel to it, and I don't know if they were listening to much of Dylan prior to or during the writing and recording of this debut album, but Much Too Much, I think, is a good tune, and kind of catchy, and same with La 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 Lies, and I always forget how many laws I should put in there, and let's see real quick. 3, so I think I got them all. But back to the list. And yeah, so those are the ones that are the runners-up. like I said, Much Too Much, I feel like is a Dylan-esque kind of tune with a lot of good. It's a good songwriting effort by Townsend, and just really a good tune. And same with La 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 is both more of a pop mainstream type of tunes, but still good for the years if you want to say that. And finally, the top 3 songs on here that I think are worthy of being in the top 3, and maybe in the top 10 for early Who songs, are coming in at number 3, The Ox. And when I hear this song, I mean, this is just pure early, aggressive, explosive Who music that we all know and love. And it's a great instrumental with some great displays of the Who's talent, and they really sounded on top of their game and really just gelled well together on this song. And when I listen to this song, I just, obviously, what comes to mind when I hear it is just a big ox barreling down the road after you, and you got to get out of the way or else you'll be steamrolled by it. And that's the feel that I get when I listen to this tune. Coming in at number 2 is The Kids Are All Right. And whenever I hear this song, it's definitely one that you can say is a pick-me-up in a way, because, you know, you think of all the crap that's going on in the world on any given day, and it happens through any generation, and you just realize that somehow things are going to work out, and as the title says, the kids are all right, and we somehow survive in spite of ourselves. And last but not least, this is definitely a sentimental pick for me, and it is My Generation. I mean, this one, if there's ever to be an anthem for an era in music, this is it. The Who definitely showed that this song here is not just for their generation, but one that really has stood the test of time and continues to do so, and I think it will continue to do so. It's definitely an anthem for any generation trying to find its voice. And I remember, quick story, I remember when I was in high school, there was a pool hall a couple of towns over that my friends and I would go to, usually on a Friday or Saturday night, and on several occasions the Who would be playing on the jukebox when I'd walk in, and My Generation was always one of the tunes that was on there. So that's how I got introduced to the Who, and I've been a fan ever since. Unfortunately, that pool hall has since closed, but always great music playing, and like I said, that's where I first heard the Who, and really got to hear how great of a band they are. So once again, I have not one copy, but 2 copies of the debut album. See if I can get those both in there. And both sound great. Really cool picture here of the band. And also the 180 gram half-speed mastered version of it, which sounds phenomenal as well. I know I went a little long on this one, but thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope all is well, and I will catch you all next time. Take care and have a great day. Bye.